Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology Express. I hope you guys are having an awesome week. I sure am. It's been super busy. I'm exhausted, but I was not going to pass up the opportunity to hang out with you guys, my friends. So, my daughter and her boyfriend gave me last night this box of records, which they got at auction. So I thought it would be fun for us to go through them together on the show today. So I'm going to tilt it down so you can see there. We got a bunch of LPs, 33s, 45s, you name it. So let's just take a look, see what we got. We'll do a little crate digging in our own home, which, as you know, is one of my favorite things to do. I have no idea who Crystal is, and it looks like this had liquor in it at one point. So yeah, this is a big surprise. I definitely feel that her boyfriend is learning the way to my heart, or at least one of them, which is free records. Yay! Okay, so let's just see what we got. I mean, I have no idea really what's in here. All right, Then and Now, Peggy Lee and Jack Jones. Very cool. I'm looking for, vintage records, any big band stuff, singers and things like that. Cool. Perry Como. This is really, really cool. RCA Camden. We've talked about RCA Camden before. That's like the value label for RCA Victor. Stereo, electronically reprocessed. We've also talked about that, but super cool. Looks like some liner notes from something here. Here's a naked record. A little dusty, just needs a good cleaning, but it says 7 Wishes Night Ranger. I'm not sure what that one is. I love this. This is a treasure hunt, you guys. This is literally a treasure hunt. Henry Gross, Plug Me Into Something. I love it when it's like completely a surprise. I have no idea, what half of these are, but super cool. This is neat. So this is looks like 2 10-inch records. Oh, these are the language course records. We've talked about these a couple of times. So this is like a 10-inch vinyl record. French. Yeah, 2 French records. That's really, really cool. Made of vinyl. And that was a popular format for learning how to speak different languages. Oops. And I'm going to throw that one out of the box. Carpenters. I like some Carpenters if I'm in the right mood. Yeah, really neat. It's a very interesting assortment so far as we march through. This is cool. This looks like an airmail letter. To lovers everywhere from Mantovani. I love the packaging on this. Isn't this cool? It looks like an airmail letter. Let's look inside this one. This is cool stuff. Wow, it's in there good. Okay, maybe we'll just pull the record out. It's London, which is a record label that doesn't denote necessarily where it's from. Mantovani and his orchestra. The London record label. Stereophonic. And it looks like the slipcover in there, the sleeve is pretty cool if we could get it out, but it's stuck. Stuck tight. All right, if you ever see records that look like this in the corner, that usually means that a mouse or a rat has had its way with it. So it's pretty common. It doesn't really damage anything because you figure the record curves in about right here. So all this up here is just, extra. Paul Moriat and his orchestra. Let the Sun Shine In, Midnight Cowboy, and Other Goodies. Interesting. Never heard of Paul Moriat. Chris Christopherson, Me and Bobby McGee. I've heard of Chris Christopherson. So that's cool. Very late 60s, early 70s. Let's see how close I am. Is there a date? Oh, it's got a note on here from Johnny Cash on the back. Not sure the date on that, but that's cool. We got more Chris Christopherson. Rocking the fabulous hairstyle there. People like to write their names on records. You'll see that a lot, used records. This is Ray Conniff. Boy, do you find a lot of Ray Conniff singers and Ray Conniff records. Thousands of them. I don't think I've ever seen the same one twice because it seems like there's literally thousands of Ray Conniff records. A lot of Christmas ones too. Son of Life, Paul Johnson Singers Present, featuring the Hawaiians. This is cool. So it's a Christian record. This feels really thin, like right in the packet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's so thin, you guys. I can't express to you how flimsy and thin this record is. That is crazy. That is like, it's almost like a flexi disc. Man alive. That's like thinner than a 70s era RCA Victor. That is super thin. That's cool just because of that. It's like a flexi disc almost. Okay. Favorite classics for piano. This is really, you know, this crate digging in your own home, these boxes that you find and go through. It's like you have no idea what you're going to find. Now, in contrast, this record is like super thick. It feels like it's a really thick one. Some classical piano music there. We're not even halfway through, so I'm going to try and speed up a little bit. But, you know, get comfortable, guys. Pull up a chair and just, you know, enjoy some interesting records as we go through here together. Miniatures by Johann Strauss. Ooh, this record is thick. Holy cow. This, in complete contrast, the other one is, this is like a 180 gram, maybe even a 200 gram pressing with a razor sharp edge. That's a beautiful record. It's actually, it looks pretty worn, but I'm still getting that rainbow sheen. I don't know if that's coming across on camera or not, but that's super neat. I love this stuff. Just like a history tour. I mean, you have, it's like archaeology, true archaeology, just like we say that this show is about. This is cool. Carmen Suite and the Nutcracker Suite in percussive sound. That sounds really neat. Oh, that's really neat, guys. Look at that record. In order to accommodate kind of odd times, sometimes these records will have really long run-out grooves, which is kind of interesting. I'll put these back in later. I want to keep it going here again. Apologize for rushing through it. Shady Gove. Never heard of him. Look at the mug on this guy. That is something else. He almost looks, almost would like fit in today. It's so old it's new again. Styled just for you, Ray Anthony, Billy May, Nelson Riddle. Some big band stuff there. I'll definitely be checking that out. The Enchanted World of Ferrante. I can't even, it's too stylized. Who the heck is this? Ferrante and Teacher? T-E, I can't even say it. You guys have to tell me what that one is. Looks cool. Chuck Mangione concert. Seen this guy in the not the free bins, but at the record stores a lot. Montavani Stereo Showcase, limited 249 edition, which is super cool. Chicago, in a gatefold record with a big picture in the middle. Andy Williams, Dear Heart. Love some Andy Williams. If you ever get a chance to, check out the Andy Williams Theater in Branson, Missouri. Here's another Andy Williams. That is a beautiful theater. Look at those piercing blue eyes. He's looking right into your soul. Bob Wills Special. I know who Bob Wills is. You wouldn't know it because I can't. Look at the art on that. That is so cool. I love the artwork on these things, you guys. Jack Jones, Wives and Lovers. This is interesting. Look at this, you guys. It's Russian. Strangely enough, I've come across a number of Russian records. So we'll have to do a show about that, see if you guys can identify it. Jeffrey, gosh, I hate, it's so cursive, I can't. And I learned cursive, you guys. I know cursive. I was like the last generation where they actually taught cursive too. But Jeffrey Osborne, Emotional, very 80s looking. White Nights, original motion picture soundtrack. Boz Scaggs, Middleman. And a lovely crotch for your entertainment. That's just wonderful. We've got Lionel Richie here. It looks like this is another gatefold. Screams 1980s. I love it. That is awesome. Sorry I'm going so fast here. Battery's dying. Don Gibson with Spanish guitars. I think my dad has told me about this guy. Has really chubby fingers, but is a machine on the guitar. Just incredible. So I'll have to check that out. Looks really cool. Johnny Rivers. So this is cool. It's like 60s rock and roll. I think he did like Secret Agent Man and the Get Smart theme song. I think that was Johnny Rivers. Pure rock. Includes Foreigner, the Doobie Brothers, and others. And finally, oh, there's one more in there. Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. This is really cool, actually. Gatefold record with some nice art in the middle. And a Naked record. The Two of Us. Pretty well beat up. To check that out, though. And there is a stack of 45s in here. So I don't know how much battery I've got left. So if this cuts out before I get done going through these, thank you guys for watching. Hit subscribe for me if you haven't done so already. I would really, really appreciate that. And then check us out this weekend for Record-ology Deluxe, our big show. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned. Great show this weekend. Okay, so we've got the Royal Guardsmen, I Needed You. We've got the Righteous Brothers. We've got the Everly Brothers. So we've got all our brothers covered on these. Motown record label, that's cool. The Supremes. To Sir with Love by Lulu. This makes me laugh because I'm a big fan of Home Improvement, which I think I've told you guys about. And they had an episode where Jill pulled out her records and was suggesting music for their son's party. And she says, To Sir with Love by Lulu. And they're like, Lulu? Who's Lulu? I don't know why I always think about that. So when I came across that record, I was like, what? Johnny Rivers again. K-Star, this is cool. I really like K-Star, so this will be really neat to have. K's Lament, it's a good song, Fooling Around. This one will have to get a sleeve. I've got a bunch of extra sleeves. It's dirty, needs to be cleaned, but that's okay. It's all very historical. Winner's Circle Series records, The Searchers. Buddha records. I remember as a kid, my dad had given me a stack of 45s from the radio station he used to work at as a DJ. And I remember, looking at the record labels, and I really like this one, Buddha Records. It's really, really cool. 1910 Fruit Gum Company, Reflections from the Looking Glass. Wow, this thing is dirty. When I see that kind of water damage, I'm like, please, dear God, let it have been fresh water damage or mud and not a sewage disaster, because you would never know. Bobby Goldsboro. Columbia record label. Pledging My Time, Bob Dylan. Not a huge Bob Dylan fan, but an interesting record. Atco Records, I've seen these before, Otis Redding. Amen and Hard to Handle. I believe he did Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Gene Simmons. Jeez. Yeah, this is not really in my typical repertoire. Gene Simmons, that is funny. London Records, the High label. I guess that must have been like the value label. Another Atco Records release. Roulette Records. I like the artwork on these is, almost the best part. Lou Christie. Some interesting writing on there. Atlantic Records, Wilson Pickett. It's good stuff. And one of them that's actually in a sleeve, Vic Chavez, You're My Sweet Inspiration. Boy, has that been through a lot. Again, I feel like this was in a basement for 20 years, and I just pray that was freshwater damage. And it's on my kitchen counter. So I'll be sanitizing this later, but you never know, you guys. That was awesome. I love it. Thank you so much to my daughter and boyfriend for getting this for me. They got it in an auction. And you never know what you're going to get. There's definitely some treasures in there. Clean up my favorites, and we'll maybe do some review shows. That Russian record we'll definitely have to review, and there's some really good treasures in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry it's a long show, about 15 minutes. It's pretty long for Record-ology Express, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed being here with you guys tonight. So I hope your week continues to go well, and we will be back with another show this weekend. And again, please hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends, family about us. Let me challenge you to do something. Do you think you can tell 3 people that have never heard of it before about Record-ology by Sunday? If you can do that, and I see like this major spike in viewership, then I'll plan something special. So if each of you could commit to that for me, I sure would appreciate it. Just tell 3 people, you know, about, hey, there's this channel, Record-ology. This guy knows nothing about records or record players, but he acts like he does, and he goes through the, you know, junky records and, you know, tries to make them sound cool. I'm just joking, but it actually kind of is what we do, but I like doing it anyway. Hope you guys like it too. All right, guys, thanks again for being there, and I will see you this weekend. Take care.